Well, it's December 9th and we're gonna go to the beach. See what it's like. You know what's funny about wintertime is that I can't stand having to wear a hat. Personally, I just look weird as fuck with one. It looks like a fucking astronauts, like SpaceX, like just Buzz Aldrin kind of shit with my. I have a tiny head, you know, like a fitted hat. I wear a size 7. If you didn't know, that's child size. You get like a discount on a size 7 because it's like smaller, like less material. So like anytime a beanie or like hat I wear in the wintertime, it just makes my head look fucking weird, like a fucking astronaut, you know? It's not a good look for me. Well, we were gonna try to film out at the beach, but it's fucking way too cold. It's 31 degrees and there's traffic everywhere today. It's like the Daytona 500. Look at this, just coming. And it's so cold. Look at this guy over here. He looks like one of the characters from Nintendo 64 GoldenEye when you're in like outside in like the snow and you're like fighting people, but he's way out there. Way too cold. So we'll see if we can, well, now we're getting back into the motor vehicle, but we'll see if we can, oh man, see the struggle? Pain in the ass. We'll see if we can find somewhere inside where we can do a video in a little bit warmer climate where my hands aren't turning blue. We'll try to find somewhere inside where we can do this. But that was the beach in the Northeast today. A little cold, a little traffic. Alright, so I tried going back to my house and there's some people there right now, so it's a little hard to film inside. So looks like we're back to being outside in the cold. So we're gonna have to make this pretty quick, but I guess let's just do it, right? It's not too bad out. We are at a park that is right down the street from my house. So essentially kind of what I wanted to talk about in this video was, who are you? And I don't mean who are you by the case of, you know, where are you from, what do you do, this and that. It's more of who are you from your core values kind of standpoint. In regards to, I should say that everybody has core values, and essentially what that means is that they have a set of beliefs or passions or kind of a purpose that they feel like that they need to kind of fulfill throughout their life. And I think that's essentially what core values are at the end of the day. And I think that these core values, you know, essentially they really do, they don't take any outside motivation to kind of get them done or kind of go chase what you like to do. And I really, what I mean by these core values is what are things that you like to do that really that you like to do, that you'd go out of your way to go do, to enjoy it. Like for example, I'll do another video on who I am, but essentially I played hockey my entire life, and for most of my career we had practices at 6 in the morning, and getting up for hockey was no chore at all in regards to that. It was like my alarm went off, I was up, I was dressed, I was out the door in the freezing cold, which I fucking hate, by the way, if you haven't fucking noticed already. But no issues. I was out in the door, I was out in the car, driving to the rink, you know, done, let's go. It was because I loved to do it, and it didn't bother me to wake up earlier. It didn't bother me to get things done that were based around hockey, because I enjoyed it. I really had a passion for it, and I still do. I think for me, a second thing is helping people, and I think I got that a lot from hockey. Is I spent some time coaching, you know, after I was done playing. But helping people in general is a passion of mine. I feel like it's something that it's kind of my purpose. I feel like it kind of, from the inside, it kind of fulfills, my purpose on earth is kind of to help people and make other lives better. And for me, that gives me satisfaction in regards to things like this. And that's essentially what this channel is. What makes you happy? And I don't mean like going out and getting shit-faced with your friends or doing stupid shit. I mean, like, realistically, what makes you happy at the end of the day? If you look at all successful people in the world, the things they're good at are things that they like to do. I think by nature and within us as humans, things that we like to do, we don't find it as work. And I think the people who become really good at things do the things that they like to do. A really good example of that is my brother. My brother's a smart kid. He's probably watching this, so hi, dude. But my brother started going to school for mechanical engineering, and when you go for a degree like that, you're pretty much set when you come out, in terms of a job and a salary and a high-paying job right out of school. You're set. So when me and my family kind of knew that he was doing that, we were proud of him. We were like, dude, you're gonna do great. Like, it's something that you like to do. You're gonna be good at it. Yada yada yada. And he went to school for it for a few years, and he didn't like it. And he said it just wasn't for him. It wasn't something that he found passionate anymore. And at the time, I think a lot of us were like, what the fuck? Like, you're giving away so much, money or such a good job, like, right out of school, this and that. And we were looking at it on a much smaller point of view. We weren't looking at it from his standpoint. And he didn't like to do it, and he found it as work. And, he's 5 years younger than me. And I found it really refreshing when I found out what he wanted to do, is that he wanted to go to school for like music management, music entertainment management, things along those lines. And it's been a couple years now. He's going to graduate, but he's happy. And he works crazy hours. He works an internship where he doesn't even get paid for, like 40 hours a week. It's nuts. But he never complains about it. And it brought back a lot of memories, on my end. When I was playing hockey, it was very similar. I never got paid for it. I played in college, so it was always something that I loved to do. And it just kind of reminded me of me when I was playing. And he loves to do it, and he's happy, and he's gonna graduate, and he's gonna do good things at it because he loves to do it. He goes out of his way to become better at it, to put more effort into it, to go network, to do what he has to do to become good at it. And that's something who he is. That's something that he has a passion for. He loves music. So everything that he's going to do for the rest of his life from here on out based around music is not a job. And that's something very different if he took that path of mechanical engineering, where every single day he would have to wake up 9 to 5, go to a job that was work, come home to a routine, do it again, and do it for fucking 50 years. And it's fucked up because we get into this mindset of, we go to school, we graduate, we come out, we get a job, and we do it for 50 years, and then your motherfucking life is over. And that's not what it's about. That's not what it's about at all. For some people, they like that. They like that stability, and that's their personality type, and that's what they like. And that's completely fine. I'm not bashing anybody for that, or respect anybody's core values on what they want to do with their life. It's your life, go do it. But there's a large group of people that think the complete opposite, that there's more to life than just working a 9 to 5 and busting your ass for something that you don't even give a fuck about. And he's kind of been a motivation for me in regards to that, is, that he didn't take that standard status quo. He was like, no, I'm going to do what I want to do. And working that 9 to 5 or whatever it may be is for so many people is such a big cause of unhappiness. And I think that we as people, especially young people, really need to go do what you want to do with your life and find those core values, or find that passion, or find that desire where you can do something 40 to 50 hours a week and not consider it work. A really good example of it for me is I was coaching hockey for about a year, and it was hands down the best job I've ever had. And because I was working a lot of hours at it, I literally got paid nothing, but it was free money for me. I loved going to it. I loved going to the rink. I loved helping kids get better. I loved putting in the effort to make these kids better hockey players and essentially better human beings at the end of the day. And I remember I was coming back, from a long road trip, and I was on the phone with a buddy of mine, and he was like, "Hey, how's it going?" And I was like, "We're on a bus ride. It's been pretty long, about 8 hours." And he was like, "Man, how do you do that for not getting paid?" And I was like, "Well, essentially for me, it's free money. That's exactly what it was. It wasn't about the money. It was about being in that environment, helping people, and it was something that, to me, I loved doing it, and it wasn't about the money, but the money followed." And essentially, the point of this video is, who are you? What makes you happy? What can you do, to spend most of your time doing that's going to make you happy? Because I think if you really follow what makes you happy at the end of the day and focus on that and really put a good effort into it, it doesn't feel like work, and everything else will fall into place.